Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Tonight, I'm going to attempt to glorify Sri Hanumanji. So, I found a very interesting section. It's a book called Brihad-bhagavatamritam. It is in 3 parts. The first part, the great saint Narada Muni is traveling throughout the universe trying to find who is the greatest recipient of Lord Krishna's mercy. And he starts on earth, kings and Brahmins, and each person he approaches, they tell Narada, actually, this other person has received more mercy than me. Because this is the symbol of Vaishnava. A Vaishnava is meek and humble. Unlike the Asura, who is proud and obstinate and puffed up, as we see in 16th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So, at one point, Narada goes to see his disciple, Prahlad Maharaj. This is where we'll pick up. There is one mantra I will chant 3 times. Hung Hanumate Namaha. Hung Hanumate Namaha. Hung Hanumate Namaha. Prahlad, the best of Vaishnavas, was in a secluded place, absorbed in loving meditation on the Supreme Lord's lotus feet. And seeing Brahmana Narada approaching from a distance, Prahlad quickly stood up and then offered prostrate obeisances as his spiritual master came close. Narada glorified his disciple Prahlad, but Prahlad was unable to tolerate hearing his own praise. He lowered his face in embarrassment and bowed down before Narada and respectfully addressed him in a quiet voice. My dear Guru Dev, I have never performed any real service for the Lord like Hanuman and others. As for me, I have only remembered the Lord sometimes when my mind was troubled. O Narada, your heart overflows with causeless compassion. That is another very important symptom of a devotee. Titikshava Kurunika. Lord Kapila says to his mother, the symptoms of the devotee: he's merciful, he's compassionate, and he's tolerant. O Narada, your heart overflows with causeless compassion. So why should I go on describing my misfortunes, which simply make you unhappy? Instead, please consider the Lord's mercy upon Hanuman of the Kimpurusha race. Hanuman is much more fortunate than me. For many thousands of years, Hanuman has enjoyed serving the Lord constantly, without obstruction. Hanuman is the most powerful person. When Hanuman was just a child, the demigods favored Hanuman with several wonderful benedictions. Thus, Hanuman became immune to old age and death. Who would like that benediction? Huh? Hanuman got it. Hanuman is free of all fear. Hanuman maintains great vows. And Hanuman performs auspicious deeds. Among heroes, he is outstanding. He is the exceptional servant of the Lord of the Raghus. The Lord of the Raghus is Sri Ramachandra Bhagavan. With playful disregard, Hanuman jumped across thousands of miles of fathomless ocean. Expertly, in the capital of the Rakshasa king, who was that? Ravana. Hanuman comforted Mother Sita in her distress because Ravana had her tied to a tree, and Ravana told Sita, "You have 1 year to surrender to me. If you don't voluntarily surrender to me, then after 1 year my cooks will chop you up and I will eat you." That's a Rakshasa. But Sita never gave up her chastity to Ram. Hanuman boldly threatened his enemies. He burned Lanka and destroyed its citadel. And when Hanuman brought back news of Sita, Hanuman received his master Ramachandra's deep embrace. Who would like to be embraced by Lord Ramachandra? Hanuman got that benediction. It was Hanuman who acted as Ramachandra's best carrier, his tail serving as a royal white umbrella, his broad back a comfortable seat for Lord Ram. And it was Hanuman who directed the project of bridging the ocean. So maybe we should invoke Hanuman to help us build the new temple. We should get the blessings of Hanumanji. Hanuman also fulfilled the desires of Vibhishan, because Vibhishan left his brother. He was ostracized from the family. So Vibhishan went and he wanted to join Ram. But Sugriva and the others said, "No, we can't trust him. He is the enemy." But it was Hanuman who could tell, no. He's not like any of the Rakshasas. Hanuman could see there was something different about Vibhishan, and Ram confirmed it. And then what happened at the end? After Ravana was killed, who did Ram give Lanka to? Vibhishan. Hanuman destroyed the military force of the Rakshasas. And it was Hanuman who had the special power to deliver the healing herb called Vishalya Karani. When Ram and Lakshman were they unconscious? Huh? Well, here it's called Vishalya Karani. Yes. Hanuman was the very life of his soldiers, and he was always giving pleasure to his divine Lord Ramachandra. Everybody say Ramachandra. And he also gave pleasure to the Lord's younger brother, Lakshman. Hanuman devotedly served as carrier for both of them. Being supremely intelligent and valorous, Hanuman brought victory for Lord Ramachandra. Hanuman added to the spotless fame of Lord Ramachandra, who killed the king of the Rakshasas, It was Hanuman who encouraged Mother Sita. And by Ramachandra's order, Hanuman, the one true recipient of his master's favor, still lives in this world. Though unable to bear separation from Lord Ramachandra. This will be discussed in a few minutes. That Hanuman is still living, but he's feeling intense separation from Ram. Hanuman keeps himself alive by constantly hearing the glories of Lord Ram. This is the secret of spiritual success. If you're always hearing the glories of Krishna, Ram, and all the avatars, you get so much spiritual benefit simply by hearing. Like right now, you're hearing this katha. You are getting immense benefit. Staying by the side of the Lord's deity. So, Hanuman, like us, does deity worship. He worships the deity of Lord Ram, just like we worship Radha Raman Bhagavan Ki. So we're following in Hanuman's footsteps. Hanuman is present even today with the same splendor as always. I think these scientists, instead of going to the moon, they should look for Hanuman. They should do that expedition. Why go to the moon? Look for Hanuman. That will be a much better use of your money. My dear spiritual Narada, Hanuman's greatness is well known from scriptural statements. Kapi patir dasye. That's part of a long verse. That verse tells that Parikshit received perfection just by hearing. Shukadev achieved perfection just by speaking Bhagavatam. Prahlad, who's now speaking, he got perfection simply by remembering. Lakshmi achieved her perfection massaging the feet of Narayan. And this Hanuman, he achieved perfection simply by serving Lord Ram in so many ways. The chief of the monkeys, Hanuman, became perfect by acting as the Lord's servant. Hanuman's servitude is proof of the Lord's mercy. So what does that tell us? So many times people ask, how do I know I've received the mercy of God? Here is the proof. Do you have some service to the Lord? Just like you are managing this temple. That's service. That means you have already been blessed. So you should cherish your service. My service. I get to speak about Krishna. This is my service. Therefore, to me, this is the most important thing I do in my life. Preparing and coming and presenting these kathas. This is how I know I've received the Lord's mercy. So here's the verse. Hanuman's servitude is proof of the Lord's mercy. There's a verse. Yadrichaya labdam api Vishnor dasharates tuya Naichan mokshang dhanadasyang tasmai Hanumute namaha. Although Hanuman obtained from the son of Dasharath, Ram, the boon of liberation without striving for it, Hanuman never wanted to accept liberation without the opportunity to serve. So this is also mentioned by Kapila. There are 5 kinds of mukti: Salokya, Sarshti, Samipya, Ekatvam, and Sarupya. 5 different kinds of liberation. But a pure devotee, even if the Lord offers these liberations, he won't accept it unless there is some service. There must be some service. Hanuman did that. Ram offered him liberation. Hanuman said, "No, I simply want to be your dasa. To that Hanuman, I offer my obeisances. You, Narada, certainly know the glories of Hanuman that even I haven't mentioned. So why not go to Kim Purusha Varsha, see Hanuman for yourself, and be enlivened." So this Kim Purusha Varsha is somewhere in this universe, but you cannot go there by rocket ship or no. It's a higher dimension. It's a different dimension. And Hanuman is right now there worshiping the deity of Lord Ram in separation. Everybody chant the Maha Mantra. So Narada has gone to Prahlad thinking he has been the greatest recipient. But Prahlad says, no, Hanuman is great. Let's see what Hanuman says, because that's where Narada goes. The sage Narada then jumped up from his seat and flew through the sky to Kim Purusha Varsha. No TSA, no, what is that, the security pat down. Naraka can just fly and go anywhere. And all the while repeating, "How wonderful, how wonderful, how wonderful." And there in Kim Purusha Varsha, Narada saw Hanuman absorbed in worshiping Lord Ramachandra's lotus feet with various items from the forest, as if serving the Lord personally as before. This is the whole scheme behind deity worship. This question is asked: why do we engage in deity worship? Here, Hanuman is showing you he's serving the deity just like he served Ram when Ram was here on the planet. That's the whole scheme of deity worship. We worship Radha Raman, and it should be in that same way, as if they are personally present. But that should be the mood. They're not statues. We should worship them as if they were actually here. Listening to the nectarian Ramayan recited by Gandharvas and other celestial singers, Hanuman was in ecstasy. So, even Hanuman is hearing Ramayan, not the TV. He's hearing the actual katha. Again, we can follow in Hanuman's footsteps by also listening to Ramayan or Bhagavad Gita or Srimad Bhagavatam, whichever. Hanuman's limbs trembled, tears poured from his eyes, and the hair on Hanuman's body stood on end. What does that mean? Hanuman is experiencing the different kinds of transcendental ecstasies. This is not material. These are spiritual emotions. Hanuman glorified Lord Ramachandra with various prayers, both prose and verse, with his own most excellent compositions. So Hanuman is also an author. He has composed his own prayers. Hanuman also recited prayers composed by other devotees. We do that. If you read Srimad-bhagavatam, Srimad-bhagavatam is full of prayers. Prayers by Queen Kunti, prayers by the four Kumaras. We did one time, Rambai's program, we did the Shiva Gita. Lord Shiva went on for a long dissertation describing Krishna in the heart. So you will see in Bhagavatam so many prayers, and just by reading them, you get blessed. And Hanuman repeatedly offered prostrate obeisances. Then Narada cried out in joy. Glories to you, Sri Raghunath, to the beloved of Sri Janaki. All glories, glories to the elder brother of Sri Lakshman. So you see, Narada, he worships all the incarnations. Narada worships in one place, Naranarayan Rishi. But Narada, you'll see in Bhagavatam, he goes to Dwaraka and he sees Krishna in each of his palaces. And in each palace, Krishna is doing something different. And at the end, Narada goes into ecstasy, glorifying Krishna. So this Narada, he has great love for the Lord. So, because he's in the association of Hanuman, he glorifies Lord Ramachandra. Delighted to hear glorified the very names of the Lord he worshipped, Hanuman jumped up from where he stood and caught hold of Narada by the neck. Standing in the sky, Narada was overjoyed. With his feet he danced, and with his hands Narada wiped away the flood of loving tears from the eyes of Hanuman. So just see how nicely they exchange. No envy. They serve. Sharing Hanuman's unique mood of loving ecstasy, Narada spoke in a loud voice. O blessed Hanuman, truly you are the dearest devotee of the Supreme Lord. For today, just by seeing you, I too have become dear to the Lord. Here's another significant point. Look at me, born Malacha Yavana. How is it that I'm speaking? Why? I got the association of Srila Prabhupada. That's my only qualification. That I hear and got his blessings and I study his Vani, his words. That's the only reason why I am allowed to sit here and speak. I have no qualifications, less than Sudra, but my spiritual master blessed me. Prahlad also says the same thing to Lord Nisringa, that my Lord, if it wasn't for Narada, where would I be? So my first business is to serve him. So that should be my mood. My first business, serve Srila Prabhupada. In the blink of an eye, Hanuman became sober and bowed down to show respect to Narada. The sage among the demigods, Narada. Hanuman greeted Narada with reverence and brought Narada to his temple of Lord Ram. Who wants to go and see Hanuman's temple of Lord Ram. It must be very nice. Ramachandra, the hero of the Raghus, Narada then offered obeisances. So this idea of offering obeisances. This is mentioned by Krishna in Bhagavad Gita twice. Mam namaskuru. That when we enter the temple, we are to offer obeisances to Krishna. Here, Narada teaches by example. He has gone to the temple of Ramachandra. He has offered his obeisances, lying down. Narada paid respects to the Lord in Hanuman's temple, and Hanuman carefully arranged for Narada to be seated. Narada then felt that he had now obtained an amazing treasure born from pure love for the Lord. Narada picked up his veena and spoke, because that veena is Narada's constant companion. Just like nowadays, what's our constant companion? Cell phone. But Narada, he doesn't have cell phone. He has that veena, which was given to him by Krishna personally. He didn't buy it in Loi Bazaar. No, that instrument, Krishna gave, special instrument. Radhika Ramana, Radhika Ramana, Radhika. Therefore, Narada is never in Maya. Never. Because he's always hearing Radhika Ramana. So now Narada is going to glorify Hanumanji. Yes, Hanuman, you are the greatest recipient of the mercy of the Supreme Lord. No one can compare to you. You are always immersed in an ocean of ecstatic worship of the Lord, enjoying it as newer and newer at every moment. Here's another point. When my father was alive, every year my wife and I would visit my father. And after 5-10 minutes of how are you, my wife and I would begin, Hare Krishna, Hare. My father would always say, how can you keep saying the same thing over and over? Don't you get tired? No. Look at this. Hanuman is worshiping Lord Ram. He enjoys it as newer and newer. Same way, whether it be japa or archan, or you read Ramayana every year, doesn't it always exciting? Yes. That's the symptom of something that's spiritual. It doesn't get old or boring or hackneyed unless you're not doing it properly. You have to do it properly, not no. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. You have to actually pronounce, not this. No, you're not getting any benediction. You have to chant the syllables. You have to hear and put your heart and soul. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama. At every moment, you are the Lord's servant. You are His friend, His carrier, His seat, His flag, His umbrella, His canopy, His fan. You are His bard, His advisor, His doctor, His general, His best helper, the expander of His infinite glories. In other words, Narada knows all the details of Hanuman's life when Ram was here. So, Hanuman did all these things during the time of Ram's appearance. He served the Lord in all these different ways. And Hanuman was also in the battle of Kurukshetra. Arjuna's flag had Hanuman, and it was described how Hanuman was helping Arjuna. He was helping to kill the Kauravas. Because even though Hanuman has that monkey form, don't mess, he can kill any demon. Having surrendered yourself entirely to Lord Ram, having received his highest mercy, having dedicated your life to topics of his transcendental glories, you always increase the bliss of the devotees sheltered by Ram. Yes, one of the principles of Vaishnava philosophy. More important than getting the mercy of God is to get the mercy of God's devotee. That's more effective. More effective. You are the best of saints, greater even than others like Garuda. Wow. What a description. Greater than Garuda. When I read this, I went, wow, amazing. Indeed, your devotion for Lord Ram is absolutely pure, for you consider nothing more valuable than the pleasure of serving him. Yes, notice, the pleasure of serving. That's when you know you have achieved spiritual advancement. When you derive pleasure from your service. If you derive pleasure by worshiping the deity, you have advanced. Those of you